Absolutely, really good.
Good.
Always.
So how was the listening party yesterday?
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was
Was
a
it
great
yesterday?
success. No, 2 days ago.
No, was it? No, yesterday. No, 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
On Thursday.
Yeah, so what's the feedback you've been getting on Storm Within? Congratulations on the release, it just
Thank
came
you. I
out.
think it's been fantastic. It's just...
Best ever.
Yeah, we are just amazed that everybody seems to like it so much.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, really overwhelming.
Wonderful. What's the response like compared to other albums in the past that you've been able to get personal feedback from?
I mean, we have been always getting great feedback, but on this album, it's like it topped everything. It's so much more to start with, and the adjectives are greater and bigger. So, I don't know, and all the like mainstream media in Europe as well is loving it, and here too. So it's a unanimous praise for the album. Feels great.
That's
Fantastic.
great.
It's not something that we count with ever, so.
Sure.
No, it's good.
Well, glad you're getting great feedback on it. So how do you approach a new album? You know, this album had a story behind it. You took some things from your personal lives, things that influenced it. But what helps you come up with a new album idea? What goes into that?
Different, but for this album it was a piano tone, sound of a keyboard that sort of set the tone and atmosphere for the whole first song, and that's the song that we then sort of created the rest of the songs from. So actually keyboard sound this time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you go about in the songwriting process? Is it different every album, different every song? Do you kind of go on a retreat? Do you jam in the studio?
I think it's very, very different. So, I mean, it's just sometimes it's just somebody coming with a riff, or some people sitting, spending all the time, getting the things right. So it's sometimes we don't have a plan.
Okay.
I think.
It's a more spontaneous development.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's very hard work. It's just not that we just goof around, but it's just you never know when inspiration is gonna come. It's just, then we just take the ball and run with it. I think.
Okay. So you had some influence. Your wife sang on one song with you, Tom, and I think she also influenced Floor Jansen coming in and guesting. What other kind of outside influences did you have coming in for The Storm Within?
None.
Okay.
You know what I mean? These things are like spices that we use in the end of a production cycle in a way. So both Floor and Karina are things that were in the loop of our brains early, but we never executed them until very, very far into the production process. So, I mean, Henrik suggested that we should do the Karina duet, and Karina suggested us that we should ask Floor, since she's been a fan for a long time too. And when we finally wrote a piece or a song or a bit of a riff that sounded like something Nightwishy, then we said, maybe we should ask her now.
So that made sense.
Yep.
Did it make sense at the time?
Absolutely.
Okay. Any funny stories during the recording of the album? Or anything interesting that happened that comes to mind? Something that sticks out?
I don't know. I think it's fun every night.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a fantastic thing. It's just so creative, and I don't know. I can't even think of one fun thing.
it's so many days.
But we had fun the whole time.
Yeah. No real standout thing this time. I don't think.
Nothing got broken or stolen or anything like that. So it was like a really safe. It was a good.
Yeah.
Everything is flowed.
That's good.
Yeah.
So just a good process altogether.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Do you have a favorite key that you like to write in?
Well, C is probably C minor is one of the ones that we use the most.
Okay.
On this one, we have a few in F too, right?
It's very different. I mean, writing on a guitar, you want like the open strings,
Right.
you know, and then we detune that even though our songs are like in C, we're still adapting the guitar so it's still playable on the guitar, you know, so you can get all the open strings. It would suck to play metal in C, you know.
Yeah. That's sort of
Ding, ding, ding.
difficult. Sure, definitely trying to make it work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you guys figure out your guitar solos and how you're going to trade off or work that out?
Lately we've been doing, when I get recorded actually, because I just start playing. And then either Tom for the last 2 weeks with Tom and before that I with Jonas as well. They are kind of my ears and I just go, so we don't really have anything planned before. We just, at that moment, you know, it's very spontaneous and we just, it works out. And Tom can actually do it by himself nowadays,
Yeah.
for some reason. And yeah,
Okay.
We found the two best working ways. We found out a lot of things during these two last albums that works extremely well for us now. And we found methods and ways around things that earlier had been obstacles or whatever. So it's the process of recording is, I wouldn't say pure enjoyment, but quite close to it. It's great. It's not a hassle.
What was the most fun, do you think, about writing this album, and what do you think was the most challenging?
Time was the lack of time was the most challenging for me. As Henrik said, as I record him and or recorded the drums and bass when they were recording, and then recording guitar on my own. Same with Jonas also we do a lot of things in the process. So all of a sudden it was 2 weeks left and I hadn't written or recorded any vocals at all.
Okay.
So that was
What?
a bit hectic.
Yeah.
What was good? Everything else.
Everything else was good, just the time crunch. made it
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah, pretty much. We rented a studio where we could live in the center of Gothenburg too, so it was a convenient and easy way for us to work.
So do you
Also
have,
to be in that bubble all the time, you know. So,
you have hard deadlines for when you have to finish things?
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All of it.
Okay. Do you like having deadlines to kind of get things moving, or is it
deadlines
more
are good.
challenging?
It's probably necessary in some ways.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
For us.
I don't know, you can just polish and polish and polish and polish, you know. It's just good to have that day when you have to complete it.
Right.
We can do anything more.
Because sometimes you can be your own worst critic and
Yeah.
you want to keep tweaking.
And things usually don't get better at that point.
But also deadlines are good for us to even get started.
Yeah.
I usually set up a plan, and then I said we should do it like this, and then we have to start counting backwards, and then we sort of, like for the last time, we realized okay, we need to start in October in order to be able to release it now. So yeah.
Okay. Do you have any favorite tracks of personally on the album?
I think it changes the whole time.
Okay.
You know. So they are all our babies.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just different times, you know.
Depending on
Yeah, exactly.
your mood that
Yeah.
day or...
I really like Distance because it's sorry. Well, I like that too.
You don't like distance?
Yeah, that's how it's gonna come out. Oh God, no. But Disconnect because it's a very long song. It's a very dynamic song, and it's a song that sort of sums up everything that we have been doing in the songs before in a great way, and leaves us with a great aftermath in the Storm Within song. So I like that those two songs to end the album. So, if I can say so, it's a great thing.
Yeah, sometimes it is hard to pick, and sometimes it can all be your favorites.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Most definitely.
So you've been around, established for 20 years. How would you describe the progression of the group over time?
Over the whole time? I mean, of course,
If you could compare.
Huh?
If you could compare, like, from the first album to now, 10 albums later.
I mean, like life, it's the same thing. We've grown smarter, fatter. But I mean, wiser overall, and that sort of eases, you know, certain steps of writing music. But also, of course, we have become better instrumentalists, better songwriters, I think.
Yeah.
But then what you lose in a way also is the sort of naivety.
Yeah, the childish, like, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's more serious now.
Yeah.
But it's still fun.
Sure.
But it's more serious than just fun.
Yeah, because before you could play just for playing, now we play for a purpose.
Everything is to make sense. And sometimes it can be a bit boring.
It's weird. Yeah, but
But it's necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
But then also, of course, in terms of the, you know, social, personal engagements in each other's lives, of course, we've been through a lot.
Sure.
We've been on and off. Off and on, rather. No, sorry, I gotta tell you one thing.
Now?
Really
Now,
now?
Tom? Really? Now?
Yeah, so I mean, and it's when we decided that we should go our separate ways, like a couple of years ago. That was the best decision we could have made, both for ourselves and definitely for Evergrey. Because if we wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't have been sitting here now.
Interesting. So sometimes it's funny how things develop, and it may not look great at the moment, but
Sure.
then it ends up being a
Yeah.
better thing in the end.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it was just overwhelming how much people that listening to Evergrey and enjoy Evergrey, how much of a big deal it was for them that,
Oh yeah.
that we got back together.
Definitely.
Because it was a big thing for Evergrey as well, you know, and all the members involved as well. We have to do this again.
You know, it wasn't a decision that we took lightly on or made easily, because if we would have made an album that sucked, that would have been the last one. Then we could have milked money for doing bullshit things for the rest of our lives. But I mean,
But then do you really want to do it at that point? If it's just going to be...
And yeah,
Just
then
to
we
make
just have
money
to
or
decide that now we need to do it. And we have to do it properly with respect for ourselves and for everybody that likes Evergrey.
Do you find that Evergrey fans have followed you all along, or do you think there's kind of camps of different time periods of the
I mean, it's just
different
amazing.
yeah, half of them weren't even born when we started.
It's
But,
scary to think about.
Yeah, but it's just crazy when you walk around like last night and you see people that you've been seeing them since 2001. That's just amazing. Going to Frog Power Hills, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
We were like almost kids when we started meeting, you know, it's just,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the same time with touring.
yeah.
You see certain people, but maybe now they bring their kids, or you know,
Yeah.
It becomes a generational thing.
yeah, definitely. So there's we have a wide spectrum of ages, and I mean it's great, and it feels like we're just getting, because we are getting bigger and bigger as a band, and that's quite a remarkable thing. That said, we haven't had a hit single, so we're doing small baby steps, but it's we're still increasing our sales and numbers and fans and fan base, and we get to tour the world and talk to people like you.
That's great. So for people who maybe are new to Evergrey and they haven't heard you before, how would you describe your music to them now?
I don't know, it's just, I think Evergrey is that with the feeling, it's a vibe thing, you know. So maybe like some kind of dark, kind of, it's still very beautiful and almost like romantic sometimes, like dreamy, you know, hopeful, but it's just a lot of feeling. Yeah.
Okay. And you do have a lot of variety, especially on this album. It kind of goes back and forth from something really heavy to something really soft
that
and
is
ballady.
one of the things that really sets Evergrey apart from a lot of other bands, I think, is that we can play a club only with acoustic instruments and we can do it really good. And that's going to be a completely different thing from when we are, electric and big and bad and rocking out. We can still do the heavy stuff and we can do the really slow, beautiful stuff. And it's kind of rare because usually bands are trying, but they not maybe not the singers isn't that good in singing beautiful stuff. And just scream or whatever, but we have the variety because Tom and everybody in the band just know how to play their shit,
Right, that's fantastic. And like last year here, you did acoustic set and you did a regular set, and they're both fantastic. And they came off great.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So versatility is really helpful, I think.
Yeah, keeps you on your toes as well,
Sure.
Sure, definitely. I mean, last summer we did a extremely weird tour where we played with Dream Theater, we played on our own acoustic gigs, we played major big festivals, and we did our own club gigs, and it's all tied into one. And so every day you woke up and you were like straight up confused. What are we doing?
Confused today?
Oh my God, what a big place!
What are we doing?
Yeah. So, but I mean, I think that the versatility is Evergrey's thing, and that's the thing that also doesn't limit us. We can do pretty much whatever we want without. I mean, we couldn't be playing in major keys. Then people would be
Then
fucking.
it wouldn't be right.
What the hell is going on here? They're on drugs. They're on bad drugs. Yeah.
So you'd have to keep an element of yourselves, but you have a wide variety of the way you can express it.
Absolutely.
Well, you said that you had a lot of different tours, a lot of things going on this last year. Any funny anecdotes from the road, from touring?
Nothing to share.
Okay.
True that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things going on every day, but there's no. I mean, it's such a weird life that now for us it doesn't stick out anymore. We forget people. We lose them at bus stations. In the middle of the night. But it's that question is the hardest one because I just get blurry in my head.
And it's not like you trying to be like jaded. It's like, this is our job, and blah, blah, because every once in a while you just have to pinch yourself. It's like, so we're in Atlanta right now, and people got up early just to listen to our album with us. That is kind of cool,
Yeah.
It is. You have to be like really humble towards that. So it's not like we're being jaded, no, we don't have anything to share, but it's just like a big void of emotions, But it's really fun.
That's good. That's an important part of it. Because if you don't enjoy it,
Might as well be home, work
Right.
at a factory.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's I never got that when musicians complain being on the road because that is the best. It's hard because you miss your family, but it is the best and it's so fun.
Do you enjoy the interpersonal aspect of touring and seeing people and
Yeah.
shows and after shows?
That's why we do this.
Yeah.
We couldn't be doing it without them. So.
Well, that's true. It's also very personal when every time you write music, it's part of yourself. You're sharing that with other people. But to find people that connect and understand what you're doing.
Yeah. Then you're coming up with their own ideas. That can be like totally wrong. But that is the way that they interpret the song, which is really cool.
That's very
like,
interesting.
I never thought about that, but nice,
Yeah. Listeners' interpretations can really vary.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So where do you see Evergrey 10 years from now?
We don't look that far.
Okay.
Now we do this. The album was released yesterday. Yeah, we have already been talking about other albums and thoughts and ideas, but we are trying to get better at living in the present time. So looking 10 years ahead would mean in the Evergrey tempo of making albums, it would mean 4 more albums, which is an ungraspable thought to So, but I mean, we're just happy to be here now, and as it feels now, we will just keep on doing this as long as people are willing to hear what we are doing. We will release it. Otherwise, we will just play for ourselves. So, yeah.
It is hard to predict that sometimes you might have people have visions of where they like to be, maybe.
Yeah, we do have visions,
Yeah.
absolutely. We would like to do more of this and get bigger and bigger for all of us.
You have a hit single.
No, now is the time to get one, if ever.
Yeah.
Then we could always fall back on this and not be broken anyway.
Okay, just something a little bit off the beaten path. Well, I mean, one thing I thought about was when people are recording albums, I've heard that some artists don't listen to anything else for a while, any other music, you know, kind of so they get some fresh ideas, and sometimes that's not the case. Do you listen to new things that are coming out that you prefer, anything like in the last year that's really impressed you, or any new groups?
A lot, but I
There's
mean,
so much coming out the whole time. It's, I think that we every night after we were done, there were always a new band or a new YouTube clip with somebody doing something to do with music, and everybody's talking and sharing with your friends, and it's I think that we're still very interested in music.
for sure. But at the same time, exactly during that time period of recording and producing, I, at least myself, I mean, yes, have a glass of beer and a wine and listen to YouTube clips. It's great, but it's not like I get myself devoured by anything else, because it's full in the head, you know.
It's almost overwhelming at times.
You have so many thoughts and notes and structures that you have to figure out for your own music at that time.
Sometimes you have to limit it.
Yeah. But as far as in between now, I mean, during tours we listen a lot. We do listen a lot to old stuff that we have always listened to. And, but we find new stuff as well. Right now I don't have a clue.
Just change, and that is the beauty. You can just turn whatever on, and it just suits the something of your day, you know.
Right.
And that is cool with the music. I think it really connects.
Very true. Anything else that you'd like to add? I thought I might wrap it up, but anything else?
No, I mean, just thanks for what it feels like now, never-ending support to all our fans, and we're happy to be here.
Well, thank you. Thank you for interviewing for Lady Obscure. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I'm sure everybody will love to listen in to hear what you have to say. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.